All right, 3.5, graphing linear equations in standard form. The standard form of a linear equation is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are numbers, and a, b are both non-zero. We also have horizontal and vertical lines. A horizontal line, y equals b, is a horizontal line going through whatever that number is. So like this could be y equals 5, and this would be the point 5 there. X equals a is a vertical line. So if this was x equals 4, then right there that would be at 4 on the x-axis. All right. Horizontal lines are y equals. Vertical lines are x equals. So looking here, y equals -2. I go down 2 on the y-axis, and I draw my horizontal line. Next up, x equals 3. I draw my plane there. I go 3 tally marks to the right, and I draw my vertical line. There we are. Now, using intercepts to graph equations. So whenever something is in standard form, one of the easiest ways to graph it is to find its x and y intercepts. We know that from another lesson that the x-intercept, y is 0. So what you would do here is you'd say, well, ax plus b times 0 is c. And from there, that would be pretty easy to solve. Same way with the y-intercept here, it would be a times 0 plus by equals c. Right? And that should be relatively easy to solve as well. So let's look at example 20. Use intercepts to graph the equations. Starting off, we'll do our x-intercept. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So this is going to be 10x plus 2 times 0 equals 10. So 10x equals 10, x equals 1. That is our x-intercept. Now for our y-intercept, you plug in 0 for x. So it's 10 times 0 plus 2y equals 10. So 2y equals 10, y equals 5. Okay, we have an x-intercept, we have a y-intercept. Now, we talked the other day about graphing lines with points, and I asked to have 3 points for all of our lines. Whenever you're graphing an equation that's in standard form using intercepts, it's okay to just have 2. So let's say we've got our x-intercept that's going to be right here. And then our y-intercept is going to be up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And you just draw your line through them. There we are. That's our line. Example 21. We're going to graph all of these equations here. So starting off, this one's in standard form, so it would be easiest to graph it by intercepts. So I'm going to start off with x-intercept. I plug in 0 for y, so 2x plus, it's going to be 4 times 0, so I'm just going to make that 0, equals 8. And then I'm going to divide by 2, and I'll get x equals 4. For my y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for x. That zeroes that out, and I have 4y equals 8, so y equals 2. Our x-intercept is 4, so I go right 4. There's my point. The y-intercept is up 2, so there's my point. And there's my line. I'll put little arrows on my coordinate plane too. There we are. All right, let's go to this one here. X equals 1. The first question you should ask yourself, is this a horizontal line or a vertical line? This is going to be a vertical line. I go right to x equals 1, and then I draw my vertical line, right like that. All right, moving on. This one here, we're going to do intercepts. So x-intercept, I plug in 0 for y, so I'm going to have 3x equals 12, so x equals 4. For my y-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for x, so I'll have 2y is 12, y is 6. My x-intercept, I go right 4. My y-intercept, I go up 6. And I draw my line. Next up, y equals 3. So we need to ask ourselves, is this a horizontal or a vertical line? This is going to be a horizontal line. So I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And there we are. Next up, we're going to do intercepts. My x-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for y, so I have negative 5x equals 20. So x equals negative 4. My y-intercept is going to be 2y equals 20, so y equals 10. Draw my coordinate plane. X is negative 4, so I go left 4. Y is 10, so up 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I draw my line. There we are. And lastly, x equals negative 3. You ask yourself, is this a horizontal or a vertical line? This is going to be a vertical line at negative 3. And there we are. Okay, is that it? That is it. All right, these should be relatively easy, I'm hoping. We have 3 examples where it's in standard form, and then 3 examples where it's either horizontal and vertical lines. If it has a y, it is a horizontal line. If it has an x, it is a vertical line, right? If it's an x equals, we also know that it's not actually a function, right? Because it would fail the vertical line test. All right, that's that.